Hello, beautiful beings. Ancients, can you please put this in order for me? What I am working diligently on, what I've been working diligently on for an incredibly long time is getting out of my head if I feel I'm stuck there. It's physically painful. I know I've mentioned that. I thought everybody was like this, and I've looked around basically my whole life at people laughing and smiling and, just consistently not freaking out in front of everybody. Nobody holding their heads because they're overthinking, they can't stop. No, I didn't witness any of that. And also with my channel, I don't get people saying, oh my gosh, me too. I overthink too. So good. Yeah, I'm glad that it's not the norm. I feel like it is though, and people just don't talk about it. Yeah, that's what my intuition is telling me. So it is painful in every way for me to be trapped in my head when I feel like, specifically surrounding, well, of course, financial fear, but if I feel like somebody I love is upset with me and we can't talk about it and resolve it, it drives me absolutely insane. And that's how I've been feeling all morning. That's how I was feeling all morning. And because Moonstar was upset with me. If you don't know who that is, she's one of my dearest friends. We've been friends for over 5 years now. And I freaked out the other day. I was already super upset. And then we got on the phone. I found out I painted most of her kitchen the wrong color. And I was already exhausted and just totally overwhelmed by the job that I took on. I totally took it on. I took it on because I owe her money and because I want to help her also. But, I've been ignoring my intuition on this for quite a while. And she has reassured me that no, it's totally fine. Don't feel any pressure. Just do it when you can. But I haven't been able to shake the feeling that I need to get this house painted inside so she can move in. But there's other things that need to be done there also. But still, it has just felt like so much pressure. Not that she put on me at all. But still. Is this all dirty, or the lighting is just really strange from where I'm seeing? So we got on the phone, and when I found out it was the wrong color, that was it for me. I was already reacting, and there was no reeling it back in for me, and I couldn't stop saying the F word, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but I should have just said right then, I gotta go. I did like a minute later, but she already felt like I was yelling at her. And I wasn't, but I saw that too. I was just like, I have to go. And then I called her back a little while later, and I told her that I couldn't handle painting the whole inside of her house by myself. And that I hung up because I said I have to go, and I hung up because I didn't want her to feel like I was yelling at her, but that ship had sailed. She already had felt like I was yelling at her, and I hurt her feelings. So she hasn't called me for a few days, and yesterday I messaged her, and I was told her I was really sorry if that's why I couldn't get a hold of her, or why she hasn't messaged me, and did I hurt your feelings when I was really upset the other day? And she said, yeah, you did hurt my feelings, but I'm really tired right now. I'll call you tomorrow. Love you, sis. And that it helped my mind so much to just have that little bit of interaction. And then she said, I'll call you tomorrow. So 10:30, 11:30, I think it was around 11:30, goes by this morning, and I am physically in pain from overthinking. I literally cannot stop thinking about it. Why hasn't she called me yet? Is she torturing me? Is she doing that I'm just going to be quiet and teach her a lesson thing? No, she wouldn't do that to me. But those are the thoughts going through my mind because I'm tortured by overthinking. So I've been learning for so long now to turn my attention away from thoughts to presence, to no thoughts at all. But I also feel like that's kind of like a party trick in a way. I mean, it's necessary for a while, but our own natural state of being isn't doing anything. It's just being here. And the mind in its natural state, basically in neutral. There can be thoughts, but I'm not identifying with them. I'm not paying attention to them, even though I do see them. And so So this morning, well, for hours and hours, it was just building and building and building, and I said, Jesus, what would you do in this situation? What should I do? Because I'm trying to learn not to react, because I know I'm emotionally charged. I know that I want to get a hold of her so bad because I'm feeling tortured by my mind and I just need relief from it. Well, to me, that seems like reacting. So I said the serenity prayer a whole bunch of times. I was listening to something, and as I was saying it, and I shut it off and I stopped. And I said it 2 more times, and I really, really, really paid attention to what I was saying, and it made a huge difference. And then Jesus popped in, and I was just like, Jesus, what would you do in this situation? And I saw humility right away, and not in the way of martyr. Yeah, humility is not being a martyr at all. Not kissing somebody's ass just to feel better. No, I genuinely adore and love and cherish this person. So I genuinely feel bad that I hurt her feelings. And a true apology isn't, I'm so sorry I hurt your feelings, but I was really overwhelmed. No, it's period. I am so desperately sorry that I hurt your feelings. She is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life, and she's become my family. And so, but we're human too. We make mistakes, we react, and I've done that a couple times to her in 5 years, and so maybe more than that, but it hurts so bad to hurt her that it's such a good lesson for me to, if I'm already emotionally charged, I'll just be like, I'm gonna react, I gotta go, and that's it. I finally, hopefully, I'll be able to get to that point, if this ever does happen with her or anybody else. I'll be able to just cut it off before I actually do hurt that person. I used to have a really bad temper, but I rarely ever showed it. Anyway, so I finally, after I asked Jesus what he would do, I got the idea to, well, just tell her how you feel. Tell her how you're feeling right now. Oh, okay. So I messaged her and I said, are you really busy right now? I said, hey sis, are you really busy right now, or are you not calling me because you're still upset with me? And I sent the tearful, the welling up emoji, and she got right back to me and she said, I'm really busy right now. She mentioned 3 different people with her, and at her new house, helping her get everything together. And she said, I'll try to call you later. Love you, sis. And I just felt, oh my gosh. It went from absolute torture, so much pressure in my body, my neck, my head, to complete relief. Yeah. Will I ever outgrow it? It just hurts so much. Overthinking hurts so much. I know it's my resistance to overthinking too that makes it so much worse. But will I always have to reach out to the person? Maybe that's a part of it, maybe it does help the other person too when I just put my heart out there. When I show my tummy, that's what they're showing me. If I was a dog, then I'd be on my back and wagging my tail and all nervous, but, totally exposed and humble. The humility part doesn't bother me at all. It's the overthinking part that really slays me. Yeah, they're pointing out it used to be a regular, everyday part of my life, and it's not anymore, so it kind of feels like it hurts even more because it hasn't happened very much. So yeah, that does make sense too. Kind of waiting for an answer for will I ever outgrow this? Of course I will. Of course I will. If it's achievable, I will achieve it. And I know it's achievable because some of the ones that have went before me that have been put into my life to help guide me, yeah, they've definitely outgrown it. So it's our natural state of being to not overthink. So sometimes I just feel like my brain is damaged in a way to where I won't ever be able to stop doing it. But I will. I'll just never ever give up. I'm just really grateful that there's a way to feel relief. And they praised me also when it was all over, because they showed me, like, they zoomed back several hours about, you know, how I was dealing with it, how I kept turning my attention back to presence, and I was listening to really positive things. I was just like, just whatever you want me to listen to. And Mooji came up. I mean, I rarely ever listen to Mooji anymore, but he came up, and it was about his life story, like, you know, his remembering experiences, and, you know, it was very beautiful, very calming. Then I listened to Eckhart, and so and I said the fear prayer a few times: remove this fear and direct my attention to what you'd have me be. And yeah, and then the serenity prayer. And if you don't know what the serenity prayer is, it's God grant me, you can say, put whatever you want in the front, you know, you don't have to say God. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. That's other people. Yeah, or whatever. I can't, we know what we can't change. Please grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change. The courage to change the things I can. And the wisdom to know the difference. Yeah, if we could live by the serenity prayer, there would be no overthinking ever. Yeah, they're reminding me about the collective consciousness also. One reason it's when I become unconscious like that, but I'm aware now. When I am unconscious, when I'm stuck in my head, I'm very aware of it now. I don't just get taken over by it, because I've been working so diligently on not reacting from those emotions, that has enabled me to remain more present, instead of trying to escape my body as it's happening, which is a natural occurrence, wanting to get out of my body when I feel trapped in my head. Yeah. But there is no out. There's just back down into my body, you know, being here. There is no escape from it. Except for, you know, there is. There's a paradox. Okay, I'm going to go in now. Thank you for listening. Prayers are welcome. I'm praying for you too. This was Satsang with Mama G and the Ancients. We love you so much.